For those who don't know, a transfer agent in the world of stocks is one of those boring but essential pieces of financial infrastructure. So what it does is it keeps records of who owns what, almost like a blockchain, right? And it handles shareholder services. It supports corporate actions, dividends, ownership records, and issuer workflows. And Equinity, this specific transfer agent that Bullish announced that they're acquiring, Equinity serves 3,000 issuer clients, 15,000 total corporate clients, more than 20 million shareholders, and it does about 500 billion in annual payments. Now, traditional equities have gotten faster over time. As some may know, the US recently moved from T+2 to T+1 settlement. That was a big deal, but this system would allow for instant settlement.
Yeah, and the size of tokenized equities are still quite small, obviously, but what does exist has been growing quite quickly. I think we're at 1.75 billion market cap of tokenized equities that exist. Ondo Finance, according to them, says that it accounts for 920 million of that. I believe that platform is Ondo Global Markets. And so far, what you're seeing is that the big tech names are dominating the early demand. CoinGecko said in its Q1 2026 report that tokenized shares of Circle are leading, or they were leading, with 171 million market cap, followed by Tesla at 62 million, Nvidia, and then Alphabet. So that's kind of interesting. It might suggest that crypto natives are the most interested so far, since shares of Circle are leading, despite its very small market cap. And also tokenized ETFs are becoming their own subcategory. CoinGecko also said that tokenized ETFs reached 300 million by the end of Q1 this year, with the flagship products tracking the S&P 500 and silver trusts, each above 30 million in market cap. RWAs are gaining a lot of ground versus stablecoins. CoinGecko said that RWAs rose 2.7% to 6.4% of stablecoin market size between the start of 2025 and the end of Q1 this year. You know, still minuscule, but the rate of change is quite rapid. And I find tokenized equities to be pretty interesting. I think that we were talking earlier about how stablecoins are basically being used as what some call dollar imperialism, where the US can use stablecoins to suck the liquidity out of enemy countries. They cause a crisis, the currency goes to zero, people convert to dollars, and now they have control of their economy. And I think in the same way that if people have access to dollars, they're going to get them and suck liquidity out of their local economies. I think you might be able to see the same thing, where if people can access US stocks, then they will. And instead of dollar imperialism, it's like Wall Street imperialism. It's like an extension of the milkshake theory.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Now, I think on that question, it really depends on whether they actually allow these to be traded by anyone, right? Most of the implementations I've seen so far, it uses crypto rails, but you really have to actually you have to KYC, you have to be like a US person or to trade them. So that, to me, doesn't really expand the pool of people it would be available to do, because anybody who could do that would just, why would they not just use the TradFi rails? Like there's got to be a small number of people who are like, okay, I'm going to use the crypto version if they already have access to the TradFi version. So, I mean, maybe in the same way that the powers that be decided it's okay to let crypto dollars, stable coins, go around the world because, actually this is good for our ability to maintain hegemony around the world. It's good for the dollar or whatever. Maybe those same regulators will see tokenized stocks in that way and make it easier for people around the world to actually access.